What's up, everybody? Today's the day of the Season 4 Reloaded Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone update. As time of recording and posting this video, the update is already live, but I'm going to go ahead and throw this patch notes video out there just in case anybody wants to go ahead and listen, maybe on their drive home from work, whatever. I'll be live in a few hours. Let's see, what time is it? I'll be live in 4 hours. I'll be live in about 4 hours. Twitch link is down below. Come check me out. Come say what's up. I'll be live about 5-ish Eastern. But let's go ahead and run through this. Stability. This contains several fixes for update crashes, for known crashes. We continue to prioritize increased stability and crash fixes across all platforms. We'll see. Just had a bunch of connection issues really bad the other night. Let's see. Battle Pass. A new Battle Pass sector is opened up. It's the new shotgun. The challenges are here. I talked about all this more. I'm really just here for the patch notes. I talked about a lot of the stuff coming into this season in the roadmap video put out yesterday. I'll have that as well as the blog post for that link down below if you want to check those out for yourself. Not going to talk about the operator stuff. Not going to talk about the event cameras. Talked a little bit about that yesterday. Talked about the shotgun yesterday. New attachments is the CODWZ torch. It's a Dragon's Breath underbarrel shotgun available for, I guess, to be ARs, like battle rifles. It's an underbarrel. That is a fire shotgun. Hopefully, that never becomes meta in Warzone. But with the low recoil guns, it might. But hopefully not. Weapon balancing Warzone. At the launch of Season 4, weapons in Warzone saw a significant change to their damage profiles. Did they? Or did the health change? Which resulted in an overall increase to the duration of engagements. With Season 4 Reloaded, we are placing a bigger emphasis on accuracy in gunfights. To achieve this, every weapon has had its damage profiles adjusted to fit into this new balanced paradigm, with additional attention given to the most dominant weapons. While this change will result in a wider range of time to kill values, meaning some weapons will be able to kill faster when fired more accurately and slower when not, it allows weapons the necessary space to feel more distinct and promotes an ecosystem where each weapon class can excel. So they made sweeping changes to all the weapons, and they give us no numbers. They don't give us any specifics. Nothing. I guess it's just up to us to find out. Thank God for like True Game Data and Sim.gg, because they'll go get the actual data numbers. Submachine guns, ISO 45, reduce close range damage and increase hip spread. I'm going to ignore the stuff that's Modern Warfare 2 only. I'm just going to talk about the Warzone stuff. Vaznev, reduce close to mid damage distance. Assault rifles, cast off 7.62, increased time to ADS. Cast off 74U, increased hip spread. And so both those got nerfed in Warzone, as well as the ISO, as well as the Vaznev. Well, who knows what the ISO is going to be? I just wish they would give us numbers for all this. Shotguns, the only ones applying to Warzone are going to be the Bryson 890 with increased ADS movement speed, and the Expedite 12 with the reduced ADS time and reduced hip spread. Marksman rifles, Tempest Torrent gets an increased time to ADS. EBR gets reduced ADS movement speed and reduced hip strafe speed. Lockwood MK2 gets reduced time to ADS and movement increase. And the SAB 60 gets a movement increase. So no SO nerf. None of that. Nope. Nothing to mix up the AR/LMG meta. Nothing for snipers. Nothing. So pretty much the meta is going to be the same depending on the ISO. We are not getting a meta change at all, unfortunately. Meta changes are fun, but they just don't get that. Weapon bug fixes. Fixed an issue with the underbarrel grenade launchers that prevented explosion effects from occurring when hitting players with a direct shot as long as the grenade is at arming distance. The Lab 330 and SPX 80 22-inch cavalry barrel attachment now displays that it will block muzzle attachments. The FTAC Siege Super Tac 6 attachment now displays that it will block muzzle attachments. And fixed a crash that could occur when equipping the liquid hot blueprint and changing the receiver. Audio adjustments decreased how often low ammo voiceover alerts play. Can't even think of there ever being a low. I guess when people are running low on ammo. Audio bug fixes. Fixed an issue where sender sounds would sometimes not function as intended. Fixed an issue where final hit marker sounds occasionally didn't play. Fixed an issue where shock stick electrocute sounds did not play on affected entities as intended. So nothing to increase footstep audio. Nothing to fix the problem of precision airstrikes and mortar strikes canceling out footstep audio. Nothing about that. They fixed in-game looking for party. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. In-game surveys. We value your feedback starting Season 4 Reloaded. Players will be randomly selected for one-question surveys following their match. Your feedback is greatly appreciated and will be used to create a better game experience. We'll see. UI, UX adjustments. I'm going to go ahead and skip this. I'm going to just skim through these global bug fixes. I don't think there's anything super important here when it comes to Warzone. Nothing within meta guns. nothing about audio, nothing about fixing the parachute drop-in where you just dive instead of actually like jumping in from the plane. None of that. Nothing really important there. Nothing that's really useful for Warzone. PC settings, KBM/gamepad players will now have the ability to easily swap items in their backpack with their preferred location. The loadout system now enables players to effortlessly switch their primary and secondary weapons. I don't know what that means. Skipping the raid stuff, skipping the multiplayer stuff as usual. Let's see, events, the Tempest 5 field upgrade. I talked about that more yesterday in the video. The playlist, if you want to check them out yourself, go and pause here and look through them, or this blog post as usual will be linked down below. You can check that out. We're getting a new gulag for Vondel, which is just a remake of the Showers gulag from Warzone 1, which we got a few different iterations of. Modes, we're getting the Battle Royale Vondel. It's literally Battle Royale just on Vondel. General, new map rotation every 15 minutes. The Resurgence map will change between Ashika and Vondel. I wish it was like 45 minutes or an hour, so if you really didn't like the other one, you could get in a few games. But here, if you have a good game, you're getting in one game and then you're switching maps. Not super great. I don't think that's going to go over well with only 15 minutes. I think it'll go over well if they have a longer timer, like 45 minutes to an hour and a half, somewhere in between that range. But for now, it's not going to be great. Firing range, quality of life players now have the option to apply 0, 1, 2, 3 armor plates on target dummies via settings in the pause menu. That's great, but maybe one day we'll get like an Apex firing range where the dummies move, dummies shoot. We can work on movement, like it's an actual play area and not a gun range. Literally just a gun range. New map, all modes, all maps, all modes for new features. Plate carriers. Now there's going to be 3 different plate carriers. We'll see how this goes. Armor plate carriers will now drop when an enemy player is eliminated, so these new plates will drop. I'm assuming Tempered is included in that. That is technically a plate carrier. So now along with Tempered, we're going to have a medic, a common armor plate carrier that increases the speed at which players are able to revive down squad members. Interesting. Increases the speed at which health begins to regenerate. Or you could just have never increased. You could have made this so the only thing with medic is it increases the revive speed. And you could have just never messed with the player health regen, which is something that people have not liked since you did it. And this is your fix for it instead of just fixing it. Doesn't surprise me. Comms, an uncommon armor plate carrier that increases the effectiveness of UAVs by showing the enemy player's bearings on the map. So that, I think, just essentially makes if you or your teammate calls in a UAV, your your mini map will now act like if you have the bird's eye perk or if you have an advanced UAV. Stealth, a rare armor plate carrier that protects the player from UAVs and other targeting devices. So stealth is essentially is free ghost. This is horrible. I don't think this is going to go over well at all. I think this is really dumb, and that stuff definitely should not be in ranked. Ranked should be the most bare bones with stuff that just has like redeploy drones and portable buys, and that should be anything besides bare bones battle royale stuff. All this other extra stuff is not good for ranked. Mazrah Battle Royale cash drop event. If you're familiar with Warzone 1, it just will drop in a bunch of crates with money. It says 3 planes will drop a combined 12 crates. Each crate has 10,000 and between 2 to 4 randomized armor plate carriers. And this event has a chance to occur during the 3rd and 5th circle, so not 1, 2, 4, 6, or 7. Vondel for all modes. We're now getting personal redeploy drones. Unfortunately, when it says personal, it means personal. It is for one person and one person only. Will propel and carry the player into the air before releasing them, and then it is gone. After one player uses it, it's gone, so it's not really useful unless your team all has them. That's a horrible, horrible decision by them, and hopefully that'll change to where we get team portable redeploy drones like we saw in Caldera and still see in Caldera until that's gone. Vondel Signals Intelligence Contract, Occupation Scan. I talked more about both of those yesterday. The All Maps Resurgence Communal Stations Public Event. Once Resurgence is disabled, a series of deployable buy stations will drop onto the field at random for any player to use. Adjustments, all maps, all modes, armor/ammunition boxes, quality of life, lethal and tactical equipment, refill behavior will now match ammunition. So that means ammo, you didn't have to drop ammo as of the beginning of Season 4 because it was going to give you the same amount of ammo no matter what, but it was only going to refill your tactical and your lethal if you had space in your active slots, but now it'll act just like the ammo where it'll go into your backpack if your active slots are already full. Armor and ammunition boxes will now drop additional items that do not fit into the active loadout slots to the ground, leaving players to choose whether or not to stow them in the backpack. So same thing that it's always done with ammo. That's a good change. It's a welcome change. Redeployment elevation. The elevation at which players redeploy to the field will now reduce by 9% of the initial elevation each circle. I like that. In ranked, it's always been nice you float for placement, but that will change a lot now, and I think that's a good thing so people aren't just floating to placement. It forces you to get into the battle and play no matter what. Definitely changes the ranked experience a little bit, but I think overall it's something we'll get used to, and I think it's something that's better for the health of the game. This reduction stops at Circle 8 and remains constant for the remainder of the match. The total difference in height from the start of the match until the last adjustment is approximately 60%. We've seen an increase in players staying in airborne state to exploit the aerial advantage in order to obtain a better final placement. So exactly what I just mentioned. We feel this goes against the spirit of Battle Royale experience, so by lowering redeployment height with each circle closure, we will see a better representation of fairness between being airborne versus being on the ground. I think it's a good change. I think people will complain because they wanted to take advantage of it, but overall it is a good change for the health of the game. Gas mask quality of life. The gas mask animation that automatically starts while players are airborne will be interrupted if player decides to pull their parachute. That we need a lot more gas mask quality of life than that, but I guess it's a start. Bird's Eye perk. When using a UAV in combination with Bird's Eye, players under the effect of Ghost are now revealed to that player. It was always that way if I remember correctly, but we want to provide a hard counter to Ghost to offer more variety in the rock, paper, scissors encounter of Battle Royale and open up more playstyles. Medicine cabinets reduce the number of stins that spawn from medicine cabinets to 1, down from 2. That's because people are exploiting them in gas. You could have just also increased the gas rate, but this is also good. It's still something people can take advantage of if they're strategic. Vondel for all modes, cash increase. We're now going up to 500 instead of 100 minimum cash, and this applies to all sorts of loot, including cash registers and supply boxes. Weapons, that was the same paragraph as above. Sweeping weapon changes with no clue what it actually changed. Warzone ranked play, the MX Guardian, the new shotgun, is banned from ranked play. That is definitely a welcomed addition to restrictions, especially if the shotgun turns out it's super broke. Armor plate count quality of life. Players will now be able to view the total number of unequipped armor plates that they are carrying on the squad widget. Backpack quality of players will now see a backpack full notification on the bottom center of the UI for ease at glance of backpack state. Buyback value, the amount of cash that an eliminated player will spawn with upon redeployment will now be indicated to the right side of the squad widget. So now you will see money always for full dead teammates down in the bottom left. That's good, so it's easier to know who to buy instead of just guessing who has money. Champion's Quest quality of life rewards now showing the after action report upon successful detonation of nuke. Kill cam recap. Eliminated players will now see a summary of the enemy players that contributed to their death. This includes the number of shots that made contact with the player. That's really interesting. Now we just have to actually get kill cams every time. Resurgent improvement quality of life. General improvements to the resurgence mode interface, especially while spectating. Don't know what that means because they don't tell us anything. The squad widget will also be improved to better indicate a squad member redeployment is imminent. New ask to be cautious ping. Players can now ping their living squad member when the majority of the team has been eliminated to suggest cautious play to avoid a wipe. And then here's some Warzone bug fixes. Fix an issue that caused players to spawn outside the playable area. Fix an issue that allowed players in active gulag match to eliminate spectators using the Semtex grenade. Man, I should have taken advantage of that in ranked. Fix an issue that allowed squads to earn experience by shooting down their own deployable buy stations. Fix an issue that caused players to redeploy with items in their backpack, causing the backpack to stop working. Fixed an issue where the after action report was missing after leaving a match of lockdown. Fixed an issue where sometimes players would get a bounty contract for another player in the gulag. Fixed an issue where dropped riot shields from caches can't be equipped. Fixed an issue where dying at the same time as resurgence window being disabled allowed players to keep respawning. And fixed an issue where players might lose their ammo counter after using the redeploy drone. And fixed an issue where back end of Warzone Battle Royale ranked private match, there's ranked private matches, would leave weapon restrictions on when returning to the standard Battle Royale. Fix an issue where the gas mask overlay could stay on the screen after death. Okay, so fixing that gas mask bug is definitely a nice bug to fix, but everything is kind of just whatever. Super niche, not very common stuff happening there. But that's all the stuff coming to Warzone Battle Royale. Like, as usual, I'm not going to cover DMZ. If you want to check out DMZ, you can for yourself. I don't believe there's anything below DMZ in these patch notes. And along with DMZ, if you want to check anything else out in the patch notes, of course, check out that link below. Like I said, my Twitch will be linked down below. I'm going to be live about 5 p.m. Eastern today. And this, my last video and the blog post for the roadmap, that was the last video, will all be linked down below. So please feel free to check all those out as well as all my socials, which are linked down below. I appreciate any follows, any interactions. Always makes my day to get a new follow on any of my social medias, as well as interacting with people in this community I'm trying to form. So please feel free to check out all my other socials. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload any more videos. I'm definitely going to put out a video on this shotgun, even though it's not usable in ranked, and I really only enjoy playing ranked. But I will see you on Mazrah, Ashika, and Vondel. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.